Stop making older children parents to the younger ones. That's what a lot of women out there are saying. That is affecting them emotionally, psychologically, and a lot of ways you could think of. So let's watch this particular video that has been making rounds on the internet. And I'm going to be playing other video clips about women coming out to talk about parentification. Guys, what is parentification? When the older daughters or even sons are made to take care of the younger ones against their wish, against their will. Guys, that is what we call parentification. Let's watch this particular video that has caused a lot of reactions on the internet.
You pregnant again? Why you gonna say again? Get your brother. I'm tired of getting kids. Why do you keep getting pregnant? It don't have nothing to do with your baby. You always asking me to hold a baby. I'm tired of holding babies. No. No, that's actually stop getting pregnant. You always pregnant. You don't watch no kids. Why do you keep having kids?
This usually happens when they become teenagers, when they become, not when they are still kids, you get. So they get tired of taking care of the younger ones. They find it tasking, they find it difficult. They find it, they look at it as if, oh, their parents are cutting them short of the things they are supposed to be doing with their life. Why do they have to sit down and take care of their younger ones? Did they send their mothers to put to bed? So I'm going to be reading out a few reactions of how people are reacting to this particular video. Do not force the older kids to help you raise or care for the younger ones. That's your job. The next person say, if I were the daughter, I will ask my grandparents if I could move in with them. And I'll say, let's normalize having like 3 to 4 kids only. Guys, for me, 4 kids, it's a lot. So this one say, and this is why I don't force my younger kids on their older siblings. I raised my sister alongside my mother and got robbed of everything. Next person say, I agree, not the job of the older ones to take care of that baby ever. Now the next person says, I why don't my kids talk me once they have moved out? Maybe it's cause you made us become parents when we were still teenagers, making us stay home on the weekends while you go out cause you need a break. As an oldest child, we are not your babysitters. You want to have kids, then deal with it yourself. It's not our job to babysit a child that we don't want to be part of. I'm in full support of the daughter here. I am a second eldest daughter, and I feel this child because my mom kept having kids she didn't watch. I have an older sister, and she was mom to all of us until she ran away at 14 because she broke under all the responsibility. Guys, a lot of people are coming out to talk about this parentification thing. Say, why will you keep having kids that you can't take care of? As a woman, you should have like 2, 3, at most 3 children that you know you will be able to take care of.
This behavior really disgusts me. And honestly, it happens way more often than people realize. This is way too common. How much do you want to bet that her mom and other family members are telling her to stay in a child's place, all while pushing her to take on the responsibility of helping her mother because she's the oldest daughter? They're out here saying, it takes a village to raise a child, like that's some excuse for making one of the kids do all the heavy lifting. This is such a widespread problem where parents just keep having kids and then dump the responsibility onto the older ones. They make them raise their younger siblings. It's called parentifying, and it's straight up disgusting. So many of these women don't even want the kids when they get older. They just want the babies for the attention that comes with being pregnant. Close your legs if you can't handle raising your children on your own. If you're passing the responsibility off to your older kids, you shouldn't be having more kids. It's not just irresponsible, it's abuse.
Guys, what this lady is trying to say is, as a woman, if you know you can't take care of more kids, then why have more? You should be okay with the number you have instead of passing the bulk of the responsibility, passing it down to the older sibling. Now, this usually happens most when there is a lot of gap, like when the older sibling is way older than the younger one.
And when my mom took my older sister's car, she gave it to my older brother, which he crashed it and left it on the side of the road. It's crazy work. Older daughters be going through so much having to raise their younger siblings, having to watch them when their parents work all day, leaving them with the kids, and it's like not fair to them. Like, why you expect them to watch the kids? They're kids too. My older sister was treated so horrible. She was treated worse than me and my younger sister by my mom. Like, it was crazy. And I really do appreciate my older sister. You know what I'm saying? Without her and without, like, yeah, my younger siblings, it's like, damn, like, I would be down bad. But yeah, she was, like, kicked out the age of 19 or 18, I think. And she had one day to, like, pack all her stuff out. My mom kicked her out. And it's crazy because my older sister took care of my grandpa that has stage 4 cancer, and my mom didn't want to bring her dad to no hospitals, nothing like that. She was literally telling my older sister to do all of that work, and my older sister was sometimes paying for his medication, and she was working at Walmart, you know. But I salute to that. Like, she really did a lot, and I really do appreciate her for that too. When my older sister was kicked out by my mom also took her car back. And it's like, how you gonna take a car that you give somebody? But okay, like, okay. And my sister moved out under 24 hours. She moved to Orlando, and my sister has been making a way. Because when she first moved out, she didn't move out with no savings. She moved out with the next check, and she never been back. And I'm so proud of her for that, because it's like, just imagine what she was going through. And it's like, still to this day, my mom be like, oh, why don't she try to talk to me, all that. But it's like, you're not understanding where she's coming from. Like, my older sister been through too much. My older sister, like, out of all of us, she helped my mom the most. Like, at a young age, she was literally reading mail from my mom. Like, when she was like 7, she was telling my mom what this means, all types of stuff. And it's like, now that she gone, my mom, like, feels so much like regret. And it's like crazy, because it's like, you should have treated her better when she was here. And my mom was like, oh, can she move back? And I'm like, why would you want her to move back in this toxic environment? And my older sister's like, I'm not moving back here. I would never move back here. And it's like, she been doing her big one, like, literally. And my mom be trying to talk to her all the time. And it's like, but like, she would never forget the hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the point of talking to you? And you're the one that caused the hurt.
All the siblings go through a lot. Yes, they go through a lot. They have to take the blame for the younger siblings. I've seen a situation where the younger siblings do something wrong, and instead of the mother or the father to scold the younger sibling, they are rather scolding the elder sibling for not being watchful, for not looking out for the younger one. And it's somehow, and according to this lady's video, she was like, the elder sister moved out of the house, and later on the mother felt regret and was now looking for a way to bring her back. And now the elder sister said there's no way, because guys, imagine, when she left the house, I know she must have enjoyed some level of peace, some level of quietness. At least she'll be able to do her own things at her own will, at her own pace, without having to look after her siblings. It's not like she's abandoning the siblings. And now she's like, there's no way she's going to move back into the house after all the trauma, after all the stress, after all the suffering. No way. Now I feel like after the elder sibling left, probably the mother is looking for who would do most of the responsibilities, because you know that most of these parents, they tend to pass on loads or lots of work on the elder siblings, forgetting that the younger ones also need to learn how to do those kind of works. And now, since the older sibling is not present, maybe there is backlog, there's a lot of things left undone, and she's now begging the elder sibling to come back. Guys, if I were to be in the elder sibling shoe, there's no way I will return back to the house. No matter the amount of begging, I'm not going back to the house. I'll choose my peace of mind, my sanity over toxicity.
Let's talk about something that's rarely spoken about: parentified daughters. These are daughters who were never really allowed to be children. Parentification happens when a child is forced to step into roles they were never meant to carry. Caregiver, mediator, therapist, emotional support, protector. They absorb the emotional burdens of the adults around them long before they even understand their own emotions. But why does this actually happen? Because in many families, the parent is emotionally unavailable, unstable, or overwhelmed. The parent may rely on the child to meet their own emotional needs. The child learns very early, if I stay calm, if I fix, if I help, maybe things won't fall apart. And so she becomes hyper attuned to everyone else's moods, scanning, monitoring, soothing, always alert. Parentified daughters develop adult like responsibility, but often at a cost. They skip emotional development stages, their own needs get suppressed, their nervous system is wired for hypervigilance. The message becomes, your feelings don't matter, your job is to keep everyone else regulated. And this is not because she was mature, it's because she was just surviving. The parents' emotions become the child's responsibility. Their safety often felt tied to the stability of other people. And as adults, parentified daughters struggle to ask for help, overfunction in relationships, feel responsible for everyone else's happiness, carry guilt when they don't put themselves first, and often choose partners who mirror the very imbalance they grew up with. But here's the truth. It was never your job to parent your parents. It was never your job to fix what was broken around you. Healing begins when you reclaim your right to your own needs, when you learn that your value is not in what you do for others, but in who you are. That is freedom.
This lady just spoke about another thing. Say parentification is not only about daughters taking care of their younger siblings. That parentification also happens when the older siblings have to be there emotionally and for their parents, for her parents, you get, like when the mom is going through emotional stress, the elder sibling is always there to calm her down when the mom is going through things. So this woman is saying it's never your duty to do all of that. Focus on your happiness, focus on things that makes you feel good rather than trying to make sure every other person is all right, everything is going well, everything is happening the way it should happen.
As a parentified eldest daughter, one of the best things I learned how to do for myself was to become unreliable and selfish. When you're the oldest daughter and you're parentified, or the eldest sibling and you're parentified, you're taught to always be available, to put everyone else first, to take care of the children, to take care of the parent, but you're never taught to take care of yourself. And this last year, maybe year and a half, I have really leaned into being selfish and being unreliable. And it's been hard. It's not something that's come easy to me, but I've really worked on keeping my phone on Do Not Disturb, not being available, not answering and responding to text messages as soon as I see them, not answering the phone, and learning how to say no. Even if I have the ability to do so, I still say no because I am teaching myself how to be selfish, how to be unreliable.
So, guys, have you ever been a parentified daughter or a son, or have you been close to somebody that has experienced this parentification?